got a lot to get done today and this weekend, and so yeah, I need to get started. So I was just telling Mom, you've been on a million of these. I know, but I look so terrible. My wonderful, cute Hi you guys, welcome back. I actually don't even know where to begin with this vlog today because it has been such a week. Last week we had a little birthday bonfire for a really good friend of ours, and after that bonfire, which was so much fun and so enjoyable, so after that bonfire we walked our friends out for the end of the night and everything was fine. And then the next morning I was cleaning up and taking the trash out and just picking up, and I noticed that Jade's car, all of the doors were open, and I looked inside and everything was strewn, and his car had been broken into, his laptop was stolen, a bunch of other little things were stolen. So that was a very not fun surprise. And then this week Jade had to wake up at like 3 a.m. to go hunting, duck hunting with his friends, and they had to travel a little bit to get to where they were going, and so they had to wake up at 3, and he noticed while he was out there a car coming up the road through our neighborhood without their lights on. And then last night my dog Luna woke us up and I couldn't sleep for a while, and I was laying there and I noticed headlights outside of our window, well, just like flickering. So I went and looked outside the window and I saw a car like zooming down the end of our road. So I don't know what is going on or why. So obviously we've had someone break into Jade's car, but I don't know, it's been a very uneasy week for me in that sort of sense. It's also just been like a very busy week at work, and I am been waking up a lot in the middle of the night, so I'm feeling pretty tired. But I have so much to get done today. This weekend rather. I have a second round of seed starting that I need to get done. I have some potatoes that I want to get planted, some other things I want to get planted out in the garden. I also am going to be getting some painting done in my house because this kind of incident has solidified my want to get out in the country and not live here anymore. So that's kind of something Jade and I have been thinking about for this whole past year and just contemplating and going back and forth. We've put so much work into this house, but we really dream of more land and having, a bigger farm and more animals and more room to do things that I really love. He's really into hunting, so he wants land that maybe provides a way for him to hunt, but we don't know if that'll happen. So just a lot of things that we've been thinking about. So we have kind of been contemplating, as of right now, our plan is to fix up the house and sell it, and then actually buy a camper and live out on my parents' property. They have about 5 acres, and they have another 2 acres that's a relative of ours that's not being used. So no one has like any rights to it, but it's just sitting there not being used. So we're thinking about living in the camper for a couple years on their property to like really save money, to put down on land or a house with land, more land than what we have here, because we are only on 0.75 of an acre. And even though we are on the outskirts of town, we'd like to be further on the outskirts of town in the long run. So in the next few months, you will probably see us doing a lot of work on our house and a lot of work in preparation for selling and where we'll be going at my parents' house. The funny thing is, I when I was in college, I had set up all these raised beds at their house. I also started this flower garden at this house, and they like just took down the raised beds probably a year ago and finally got rid of all of the stuff that I had set up when I was still living with them for a little bit. And now it's like, hi parents, it's me at 30, I'm back. So it is what it is, but I have a great relationship with my parents. We both do. So we're really just putting out to the universe that that's what we want, and are gonna work really, really hard to do whatever we can to make that happen. So if that means living in a camper for 2 years and really sacrificing a lot of stuff, we're willing to do that. So it will be interesting. I'm gonna have to do a lot of work over at their house to get some stuff set up, and to get a garden area set up and a camper area set up. But I'm looking forward to that. I love projects and getting things done, and so I didn't know if I should share all of this yet, but I don't know how I could make videos and not share it. There'd be such a big portion of my life that you wouldn't really truly be seeing. It would be kind of hard to not talk about it. So anyways, I've got a lot to get done today and this weekend, and so yeah, I need to get started. Tell you one thing, I will miss this porch, because this porch was a dream of mine for so long, and it was something that we built onto the back of this house because it was just a little deck that was like probably half the size of this, and we extended it and then built the roof so that we could actually sit out here. We have this extremely beautiful oak tree, but it just dumped leaves, but look how big that is. Also, look at this blooming, how beautiful. Good morning. It's always one of the first things to bloom every year. So pretty. Wow. So I will definitely miss our porch. Of course, moving and selling also takes a lot of time, so I envision I will kind of have to set up 2 separate gardens. So I'm not quite sure how that will work, but I'm trying to start as many seeds as I possibly can. There's also the good chance that it might not work out and we might end up still being here, because you know, you never know if the house will sell and all of that fun stuff. So we'll see what happens, but that's our plan. But I just walked inside. I wanted to show you how good these little seedlings are doing. So here are all the zinnias and the flowers. Out of this, only the eggplant have really sprouted so far. None of the peppers. Of course, peppers take a long time to germinate. It can be more difficult to germinate, so I'm not surprised there, but all of the flowers are really coming in and doing well. So one of the things I wanted to get done today is that I got some seed potato. I have red Norland, which would be some beautiful red potatoes. And then I also have some Adirondack blue. So those will be really beautiful. So they have been sitting in the windowsill chitting, which is just encouraging the process of sprouting for the seed potato. So today I need to basically cut them into little pieces where they have like 2 different set of eyes, so that they can form calluses before I plant them in the ground, so it'll keep them from rotting. So I'm going to be cutting these potatoes up into smaller pieces and then letting them form calluses before, so that I can go ahead and start getting them in the ground soon. So that's what I'm about to do. I also am planning on direct sowing some carrots and getting some onions that I'm extremely late in planting. So we'll see if those even will grow well this year. But so I'm gonna be doing all of that today. My parents are gonna be over here probably within 30 minutes to an hour to help me get some painting done that I need to get done. So that is what I'm about to get working on. them all lined up on baking trays here in the window to help them callus over. And they'll just sit like that for a couple days and then they'll be ready to be planted. So now I've got a bag of onion sets, some lettuce seeds and markers that I'm gonna direct sow so that I can kind of save room for other stuff in my grow light. I'll probably have to go back in and grab my carrot seeds, and I'm gonna do some planting out in the garden. Feel a little scatterbrained and all over the place, but it's probably because I am and there's so much to do. Actually, before I plant, let me show you some things that have been going on. So there's really not much in the garden. I still have these radishes, which, look at these radishes. So I have these watermelon radishes and these big black Spanish radishes, which are getting where they're ready to be harvested, which is so cool. I also have, let's see if I can get in here, these cabbages, and bok choy are starting to do really well. Look at this one. It's heading up very nicely. The other ones are far behind, but it's okay. Got my herbal beds. I harvested a couple little broccoli sets today. And the kohlrabi is starting to come in. This is where I think I'm going to be planting my potatoes. I've been hoping that these would flower already, but they just are taking their sweet time and I need to use this bed. So kale bed's coming in nicely. And then we have the carrots and the rutabagas in the back. This is where I'm going to be sowing some more carrots of my new varieties. And then some stuff has been popping up in these little herbal beds too. That's fun. First, this borage is taking over my strawberry area, but I've actually read that borage is really good companion plant for strawberries, but hopefully they can pop up around these. Lots of self-sown little Johnny jump ups. How beautiful is that? So pretty. And they're everywhere, self-sown. Those are all little, some chives are coming back. The lemon balm is starting to come back really well. Some fennel. Some echinacea. With some catnip. Some chamomile hanging in behind here. Bolting cilantro. All in all, the sun is out. Birds are chirping. Things are starting to kind of pop up. Feels a bit like spring, but I'm not holding my breath because it's still February, or almost February. But oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, and look at, I planted all this garlic along the front of this little section around the garden shed, and I'm hoping that it'll kind of keep the grass back. So there's a whole line of garlic all around. I have actually never grown garlic, so I don't have much words of wisdom on that as of yet because this is my first time growing it. So I'm pretty excited. All right, enough of my yapping and back to work. So these onions were left here over the winter, and sprouted on their own and have been growing for quite some time. So those will be much, much larger heads of onions than my other ones right now. My painting help has just arrived. Hi! I am filming you. So I was just telling Mom, you've been on a million of these.
I know, but I look so terrible.
So I have to plant a little bit of my lettuce seeds and then we can get to painting. Okay. And then Jade's supposed to be coming back from hunting and he's gonna help us too.
Okay.
So.
We gotta go get the paint.
Oh yeah, that
first.
Too.
Probably need to do that when he comes back.
Yeah.
That would be a good start.
Lots to do. So how long have Jade and I been talking about selling this house and getting a camper and living on your land?
A long time. It just takes a while to get things in place, you know? You gotta kind of come out, figure out where you're gonna put it, sell your house, get your house ready to sell. So it's just a lot of things besides just we're gonna do it, you know?
Yeah,
so
it's been in the works for a while, but we're finally, I think, feeling like now's the time, so.
Yep.
All right, so.
It'll work out good.
Yeah.
You just need something with a lot more garden space. Yep. A lot more land.
A lot more land.
Yep.
I have been dreaming of goats for forever.
She sent a picture to me, this morning?
Uh-huh.
2 little goats. And just says, one day.
One day, I'm telling you, putting it out into the universe. That's what I want. That's what my prayers are about. That's one day.
I think she has a name for her goats already.
I do.
She wants.
Videa and Clementine are 2 of them already. So don't steal my names. I haven't really heard birds fully in a minute. Basically just got to get that roof all nice and done. Oh.
There wasn't no paint in there. Here, once you're done.
Alright, so I'll do the bathroom, I think, and then Mom, you're gonna help me in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever I can do.
Somebody gonna roll with it with Mike?
Are we gonna roll home now, or you let her
So we have already been on the gardening for the day that I had time for because now I have to paint. So we're basically just repainting the roofs of the house mostly. Just making sure that everything looks nice and fresh and good. Hey you guys, so I'm just about to head off to work this morning, but I realized that I never showed you the finished product. My camera ended up dying about midway through painting. I didn't get all the things done that I wanted to do. I didn't sow the carrots, potatoes, never got planted this weekend, so I still need to actually put them in the ground even though they've calloused over now. I never got my second round of seed starting done, so I still need to do that soon. But as you'll probably see from the video, it was a full day and a full weekend. We ended up painting all day Sunday as well. So sometimes you just don't have enough time to get everything done that you envision or plan to, and that's okay. But I wanted to show you how everything's looking because I'm so excited, and yeah. Here is the finished product. Sorry, my kitchen is a little bit messy. But as you can see, the ceiling is nice and white. We also changed out our light fixtures just because I felt like they needed a little bit of an update. It's kind of funny how you can have something on your to-do list ever since you've moved in. Like, we've always wanted to paint this roof because the previous owner just never really took care of the house, and we had to put in a lot of work to make it nice. So this was just one thing that we never got around to, and I'm so happy that it's finally done. But even if that means it's done for the next person, that's okay. And also, I wanted to show you these little seedlings. I know I showed the other day, but I feel like every day it's just exploding with new growth, and I had to move things around to give them more light. Wow, so pretty. I love it. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed spending the day with me. I always have so much fun making these videos, so I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here and for watching and supporting me. It seriously means the world. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next week. Bye guys.